And we now go live. Okay, we are now recording. Okay, Maddix, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. All right, kiddo. Welcome back. Second day of the week, right? All right, today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. And we are going to go over today's lesson. Today's lesson is going to be about proportions, unit rate. We're going to be learning about distributed property a little bit. We're going to be mostly working with equations, okay, and PEMDAS. That's what we're working on today, and writing equations from tables. So we're gonna go over the do now, which is on page 1. That looks like this. Okay, this question deals with proportions and percents. So Maddix, take it away and read the problem, please.
Guadalupe has a ring collection. She keeps 18 rings in a box, which is only 6% of her ring collection. What is the total number of rings that Guadalupe's ring collection? In Guadalupe's ring collection. You must use a proportion to solve.
So what do you think we're going to do here? What do we have to identify first? Why don't you hold your paper up and show me?
Remember, you have to speak when, because Miss Cannella, when he shows his work, it doesn't pop up on the recording.
It doesn't?
No, because he's not
That's weird.
speaking while he's showing it. It only shows who's speaking at the moment.
Okay, so you need to explain your work. So hold your work up and explain.
So what I did was I it
It's a little,
says
wait, hold on. Before you go, just let you know it's a little blurry.
Maybe if you pin him, it'll show his work, and then he could explain it to you, and then you could unpin him.
How do I do that?
so every time that I start speaking, it'll show my it'll show me on your screen, I think. And when it does that, if you go to like where I am, it'll have like a little bar thing where it could say mute or pin. And when you tap pin, it'll
Oh,
take you
okay.
into the
I
screen.
see it. I found it. Okay, ready? We're gonna try this again. Thanks for helping me out. Okay,
Good
I
job.
pinned you on the screen. Go.
So what I did was I brought the part in the hole and I put 18 over W because the answer is unknown. And then I did 6 over 100 because that's the percentage out of 100. Then I multiplied 18 by 100 using the butterfly method. And what I got was 1,800. Then I divided it by 6 to then get 300.
Excellent. Keep going. Perfect. You're still pinned. Okay, let's do question 2. You're gonna read it. Sorry, and you're gonna explain your work. Go ahead.
Miss Cannella rode her bicycle 200 miles in 5 weeks, riding the same distance each week. Mr. Resk rode his bicycle 210 miles in 7 weeks, riding the same distance each week. Determine the unit rate for both. Which statement correctly compares the number of miles per week they rode?
What are we gonna do?
So what I did was I created a T chart and I wrote Miss Canella and Mr. Resk, and then I found the unit rate in each of their columns, where the unit rate
Maddox, that's great. That's great, but it's blurry.
oh, where the unit
Better.
rate
Okay.
for Miss Canello was 40 and the unit rate for Mr. Resk was 30, and then I subtracted it to then get 10, which the answer was A, because Miss Canella rode
Excellent
10 more
job.
miles.
Perfect. All right, let's keep going. You're doing a really good job. You're actually leading the lesson today. Okay, go to page 4.
Okay.
Read it. Go ahead.
Oh, a sandwich shop sells sandwiches for $9.90 each, including tax. The Snow received a total of $198 from the sale of sandwiches one afternoon. Which equation can be used to determine the number of sandwiches X sold by the sandwich shop that afternoon? you, Using the equation that you selected, find out how many sandwiches you can purchase with $198. So the equation I selected was C, mainly because if it's an expression, you can't I don't believe you can like just write $9 plus or $9 times. So I just did $9.90 x equals $198, and then I used the wall method, and then I did separate dividing so that like I did long division on one side so that like it's
Oh, okay.
and
Perfect.
I got the answer 20 because I got the answer 20.
Awesome. All right. Were you able to do page 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me see. I'm going to read this question and then I'm going to pin you to show your work. All right. How do I unpin you now?
You gotta do the same thing, but when the icon is blue, you just tap it again and it turns gray, and then I'm unpinned.
So am I pinned now or is it you?
I honestly can't tell because
from his side, it only shows you.
there's
Okay. You can
nobody
say,
else.
I think I pinned myself because the screen's different. We'll find out. We're trying. All right. So we're on page 5. It's also modeled in the video and it reads this. Sorry. Samira sells 20 tickets for a school fundraiser. The total price of 20 tickets is $400. Write and solve an equation to find out the price of each ticket. So now I'm going to go
So
pin you. And hold on, let me go pin you. Okay. Go ahead.
what I did was I wrote 20x equals 400 for the equation, and then I used the wall method. I divided 20 by 40 or 400 by 20,
400 by 20.
and then my answer ended up being 20. So that's how much one ticket cost for them.
Perfect. Maddix, you're doing so awesome. Okay, Maddix. Next page, page 6, kiddo.
It is recommended that one fire extinguisher be available for 18,000 square feet in a building. Write and solve an equation to determine X, the number of fire extinguishers needed for a building that has 36,000 square feet.
Okay.
My
So
equation was 18,000 X equals 36,000. And what I
freeze right there. Wait, freeze right there. Show your work.
is it blurry?
Okay, hold it up there and explain it.
So what I did was I used the wall method and I divided 36,000 by 18,000, and then my answer ended up being 20. No, 2. X
Good.
equals 2 because um when you divide it, if you take away the zeros, 36 divided by 18 would end up being 2.
Perfect job. You're doing so awesome, kiddo. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to myself. I'm going to unpin you for a sec. I'm going to pin myself now. All right. Page 7 was modeled in the lesson using PEMDAS. Okay. Page 8, though. When you look at page 8, you just have to create your own problem. So that I'm not going to do with you right now. You're doing amazing. Okay, let's look at page 9. All right. I'm going to read it and then you're going to take it away. All right. So page 9. All right.
Okay.
It says Aliani makes jewelry boxes containing drawers of equal size. The number of drawers in 3 different jewelry boxes and the corresponding total volumes of the dressers are shown in the table below. Jewelry boxes. Number of drawers 2. Total volume 5. Number of drawers 3. Total volume 7.5. Number of drawers 4. Total volume 10. Write an equation for the relationship between the number of drawers in the jewelry box D and the total volume of the drawers in the jewelry box.
So
let me just pin you.
I followed this from the lesson video, and what you did was you actually what happened was I did 2 divided by 5, and then I got 2.5, and then I did 3 divided by
Wait. Hold on. 2 divided by 5 or 5 divided by 2?
Yeah, 5 divided by 2 to then get 2.5, then 7.5 divided by 3 to get 2.5 again, and 10 divided by 4 to get 2.5, because that's the unit rate for all of these numbers. And then the equation would be 2.5D equals V. Yeah. And then I used
Perfect.
the wall method, but then it says it says use your equation to determine the number of drawers in a jewelry box with a total volume of 17.5 cubic inches. So what I did was I substituted 17.5 with V to then divide it by 2.5, and then the answer I ended up getting was 7.
Good. Show your work. Awesome job, Maddix. You're on fire today. You're on a roll. Love it.
You're too high.
Wait, just put it up a little bit so we can see what the D equals. That is, okay, so I want to hold that there for a second. I just want to point out, Maddix, you did it perfectly, and I loved how you said you had to find the unit rate. So to find the unit rate or the pattern, folks, you had to do what he said, divide the volume by the draws, and you're going to get the same number every time. All right, good job. All right, I'm going to pin back for me for a second. All right. This is kind of cool, though, right? All right, page 10 is very simple. I mean, I think you can kind of pretty much just tell me. If I got 25 times what is 75, what is the answer?
300.
25 times 300 is 75?
No, because it says $75. So
Right. So how much is 3/4?
3/4 is 75.
If I have 75 cents, how many quarters do I have?
3.
3. So the answer would be $3, right? 75 times 3. I mean, 25 times 3 is 75, no?
Yeah.
The answer would be $3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. All right.
So you
Now
forgot
your
the
turn.
decimal. That's what you didn't say.
Yeah, I forgot the decimal.
Oh, so you had 300, but you didn't put the decimal in the correct spot?
No, I had.
Yeah, you said 300.
Yeah, I said 300, not knowing that the decimal was there in 75.
Let me see your work
I'm
when you're
doing
ready.
that now.
When you're ready, show your work to the screen.
$3.
I'm going to step away for 1 second. I'll be right there.
I hope they can see it. I don't know.
That is perfect, Maddix. I love how you did that. All right, let's do the next question. Page 11. Right? No, 9, 10. We just did that. Okay, page 11.
Yes. What about it?
All right, let's look at this. Can you read it? And then I'm going to help you solve it. See
The
what you
table
are capable
below
of doing.
the coordinates of 4 points. If x represents any number in the first column, which expression can be used to find the value of y in the second column?
Okay. So, what do you think we have to do here?
Honestly,
You're not sure?
nope.
Okay, so I'm going to help you. So I'm going to change the screen back to me now. Thank you for reading it. You got your little weekly morning visitor, my doggy. All right, Lacey, now you have to go down. Okay, so now, all right, let's look at this question, all right? So we're going to take the answer choices. So there are 4 answer choices, right? A, B, C, D with an expression. We have to see that every time when I substitute or replace X with the number, do I always get the Y? So let's look at choice A. If X is 1, 5 times 1, does that give me 5 for the Y?
Yes.
Now, if X is 2, 5 times 2, does that give me 7?
No.
So A cannot be right. It has to meet or match every single value of X to give me the same value of Y. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, let's try B. I got to turn the paper this way. X plus 2. So X is 1, and if I do 1 plus 2, do I get 5?
No.
No, so there's no way it could be B, right? All this question is substituting. You're substituting all the values of X into the expression to see if you get the Y numbers. It has to be true for every single one. So let's look at choice C. X plus 4. Well, X is 1. If I do 1 plus 4, do I get 5?
1 plus 4, yes.
But if I do 2 plus 4, do I get 7?
No.
No. So do you see how right away what kids are going to do is they're going to pick choice C because they know that 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay, I'm not going to test the other values. Let me show you why D is correct, okay?
Okay.
All right. I think you can figure it out. So here's what we got. Hold on, let me just put my paper up. All right. So for D, we have 2x plus 3. If x is 1, 2 times 1 now is 2 plus 3 is 5. Does 5 give me the answer for y?
Yes.
Now I'm going to substitute 2 for x now. 2 times 2 is what?
2 times 2 is 4.
4 plus 3, does that give me 7?
Yes.
So that's true. Let's test it now if x is 3. 2 times 3 is what?
2 times 3 is 6.
6 plus 3 is 9. Does that match the y column?
Yes.
And now the last one is 2 times 4 plus 3. That's 8 plus 3 is 11. They all match. All my answers match the y value. So that is why you pick choice D and not C.
Got it.
Makes sense?
Yes.
This is more like a 6th grade, 7th grade question. But if you do the skill of substitution, you will always get it. And you have to always get the value they give you on the y. This is called a function table, an input and an output, where x is your domain and y is your range. That you'll learn in 7th and 8th grade once you start graphing. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now we got, what page are we at? 13, kiddo? 13 is pretty straightforward. All right, I'm going to take myself away, and I am going to have Maddix. Where'd you go? Where you at? Where's Maddix at? Okay, I think I pinned you to the screen now, because now you got the push pin button, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. You see this page?
Yes.
Okay, can you read it? It is now page 13, problem 12, please, about you.
Maddix's friend told him that he could earn $64 for handing out flyers at a local concert. Nasir wants to calculate the hourly rate. If he works a total of 4 hours, the equation 4x equals 64, how can be used to determine his hourly rate? What would Maddix's hourly rate be in dollars?
So, Maddix, what are you going to do with the 4x and the 64?
So 4x is a sign of multiplication, so I'm gonna do the inverse when I'm using the wall method.
Mm-hmm.
And
Go ahead.
and then I divide 4 by 64, and we just do that. So x equals. Let me do it separately if like people don't really understand my handwriting. Yeah, it happens.
So 4x equals 64. You make the wall, you divide by 4. 64 goes into 4. How much?
64 goes into 4 how many times?
Yeah.
16.
So show your work. So Maddix, you're rich. You make $16 for every hour you work. I want to be Maddix at 11, 12 years old. That's a lot of money at that age, right? Now, Maddix, I'm just going to go back to the screen. This isn't in the packet. I just want to go over something with you real quick. All right. So what you just did in the question where you get 4x equal to 64, right? One day when you get a job, before you go to college, before you graduate college, you're going to get paid an hourly rate or a minimum wage, they like to say. And for every hour worked, you're going to make a certain amount of money, right? And then eventually when you get a job and you go to college and you get your degree, you become a salary worker, which means that it doesn't matter if you work 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days, 40 hours a week, whatever, take a day off if you got to take care of things. You're still going to get paid the same amount of money every single 2 weeks when you get paid. Okay? So this is why you need to know your math, and this is why you need to know how much you make per hour, your unit rate, because you need to make sure that when you receive your check, you're not getting cheated of your money.
Okay.
You see how it relates to the real world? And I know that your mother has told you that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. All
You
right,
froze.
kiddo. Next page. I froze?
Yeah.
What about now? Am I frozen now?
Yes, you're still frozen.
Am I frozen now? Oh, no. Am I done now? Am I not frozen now?
No, you're still frozen.
I don't know. All right, well, I guess you're going to have to take the show away right now because I don't know what's going on with the computer. I'm sorry, the laptop. All right, page 15. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't think I'm frozen because I can see my paper. Can you see this? Am I frozen now?
You're still frozen.
All right, page 15 is modeled in the lesson. So look at the lesson for that page.
Okay.
You're up. Page 16, read it to me, please.
16?
Yeah, sir.
16, okay. Yadiel bounces the ball 50 times in 30 seconds. At that rate, approximately how many times will Yadiel bounce the ball in 150 seconds? So that's...
Okay, so what do you got to do?
I'm gonna write bounces over seconds. Bounces over
Perfect.
seconds equals 50 over 30. But now I gotta do 50 over 30. Okay, you stopped being frozen for a second, and now you're moving like like it's glitched moving.
I'm just waiting for you to come up with the answer. So you said bounces over seconds. So finish it up.
So that's times 5, which means times 5 up here, which would be 250 times in 150 seconds.
Okay, so let me see it work. It's blurry. Okay, wait, hold that. Wait, move it over in the center. Push it down. Push the paper down. Keep it just like that. No, push it up a little bit. Push it up. Just like that. Keep it just like that. Okay, good, perfect. Next page. Page 17.
When corn seeds germinate, they tend to grow 5 inches in the first week, and then 3 inches per week for the remainder of the season. The relationship between the height and the number of weeks since germination is shown below.
Okay, so talk to me about what do you notice about the H, the height of the corn plant? What's happening to the numbers there?
They're all adding. They're all adding like a specific number to it. So
okay, what is that specific number being added?
3.
Good. So what would 5 weeks would be how much?
17.
And what would 6 weeks be?
20.
So now if the expression is 2 plus 3W and W is 20, what is the answer to that expression?
Okay. 3. No, 2.
Show your work when you're done.
2 plus 3. So this is 3. No. Let me erase that. Okay, so that's 20 times 3 equals 0. 6 plus 2 equals 62. So the answer is 62.
Show me. Show me the evidence. Where's the evidence? Perfect. Okay, next page. Page 17. So I'm just going to switch this screen for a second. Now it's my turn for a moment. Okay. Are you able to see me now, Maddix?
Yeah.
Okay. So Maddix, on page 18, you see inequalities, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what you need to know is any number to the right of 0 is always greater than, and any number to the left of 0 is less than. When there's an open circle, it's just a greater than or less than symbol. And when there's a line underneath, that shows greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. So again, anything to the right of 0 is greater, and anything to the left of 0 is less than 0. Make sense?
Okay.
Now you can take that and you're going to apply what I just said to the number lines. So can you read the first part, extension problem 4?
Which number line shows a graph of the inequality x is less than 25?
Okay. So first off, ask yourself, which two do not have a circle on 25? Which two can you cross off?
A and B.
A and B and why?
Because they all have a circle on -25 and not positive 25.
Good. So now you're left with C and D. Can you tell me what the correct answer is and why?
C, mainly because it says x is less than 25 and 25 has the shaded arrow going to the left of 0 and not the right of 0. So that means that it's going from 25 to -50, where x is less than it and 25 is greater than -25 and -50, where that's why it goes left.
Now talk to me about choice D though. What's the inequality for choice D?
That x is greater than 25.
Good. Let's do the next question. Read it. Extension problem 5.
Which number line shows a graph of the inequality x is greater than -25?
Okay, it's the same number line. So which one is that?
It's B.
Okay, circle it and show me.
Do you see it?
Now I do. Now, hold on. I'm going to show you what I did too, so we can compare notes for a second. So what I did was I wrote down the inequality for every number line. So if you look at my paper, I told you that x is less than -25, as you mentioned before, and x is greater than -25. And then I mentioned that on C, x is less than -25, and D, x is greater than -25, because then it helps me pick the correct number line.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to pin you back. All right, Maddix, you're up. So page 19 is a challenge page. I don't expect you to do that. You can try that page on your own. I also believe that it's modeled in the video for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, go do page 20 though. It looks like this. I'll just show you. So I just want to show everybody. So this page is a challenge page. Watch the video because it will be modeled, and also the link that Mr. R will be providing will be demonstrated there. I also demonstrated as well. Page 20 is going to look like this. So we're going to talk about this page. Maddix is going to tell us what to do.
So
Maddix.
Jameer worked at the warehouse after school. He earned $12.25 per hour stacking boxes. Which equation correctly related Jameer's total earnings, D, to the number of hours she worked, H? Let me cross
It should say he. It shouldn't say she. It's a he. My mistake.
Cross that out.
So what'd you do? You looking at my dog?
Yes. I'm gonna choose A mainly because I want to know his total earnings and the hours that he's worked, and he earns $12.25 per hour.
Okay, good. Now, part 2. If Jameer worked 8 hours, how much money does he earn in all?
Okay, I'm gonna write down the equation and then I'm gonna substitute H with 8.
And what operation will you do with the 8 and the $12.25?
Multiply it.
Good. So multiply and tell me what your answer is.
Okay, so 12.25 times 8. That's 40. 16, 20, 16, 18. $98. $98 in 8 hours.
Okay, good. Can you show me on the screen what that looks like on the paper for the students to see?
Okay.
Hold on, sweetheart. Okay, we see, Mary.
You see?
Wait, scroll it down a little bit. Perfect. Yep, good. All right.
Oh, God.
And
Oh, I know this one.
page. So now, back to me. All right, I'm going to pin myself. So page 21 and 22 are modeled in the lesson, and those are pretty straightforward with finding a pattern and positive, negative, and zero. So any number that's above zero is a positive integer, and any number that's below zero is negative. And anytime we see sea level, it means zero. Okay? So that's pretty
Okay.
straightforward. Try on your own. If you have any problems, reach out to me.
Okay.
Next part. You're going to do page 23. You're going to look at the video because that's explicitly modeled step by step for you. I want you to look at that.
Okay.
And same with page 24. It's pretty straightforward, writing an equation and solving.
Okay.
Right? Now we got 2 more pages left. Let's talk about the exit ticket. The exit ticket is on page 25. Okay, you're going to read the problem, write an equation, like the fire extinguisher question we did earlier with the 18,000x equal 36,000. Same concept, different numbers. On the back, anytime you have a variable and there's no coefficient, you always put a 1 in front.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to complete the pages we did not do, and then you're going to do your exit on paper, and then make sure at some point today you transfer it over on Google Classroom. It'll be posted a little later on today. And if you have any problems, just reach out to myself or Mr. Rez, and we'll get back to you.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Have a great day, guys.
You too. Thank you.
Stay well. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Bye-bye.
Bye.